Have you ever been told that, oh, you want to train for aesthetics? You're so disgusting and shallow, man. Well, I think you have probably been told something similar to that if your goal is to maximize an aesthetic physique. And I get it. During my 2-year phase of training to look more aesthetics, I've been told that a bunch of times, which have made me looking like this in 2 years. But with the mindset and the knowledge on this video, it had given me the ability to just ignore others' opinions and continue on to do what's the best for my own goals and my life. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how exactly I deal with judgment from people that are against training for aesthetics. So let me tell you a story. Back in like 2 years ago, in like my third, fourth workout or something like that. I was relatively new in the gym, and back then I have a pitless mouth. I could talk about literally anything about myself. You know, people love to talk about themselves. So I talk about myself to people, and people like, oh, I want to train to look so hot. I want to train to make my ex regret dumping me and all sort of shit like that. And the uncles laugh at me just like I just did laugh at myself back then because why the fuck would you talk to other people about that, right? No one cares. But those uncles said, oh, those goals are shallow, man. You should quit the gym. One person literally says that you should cancel your membership if you have that goal to train purely for aesthetics. Which, what the fuck? I'm still training. I'm still doing my best. But he told me that very toxic thing that I should really just give up if my goal was shallow. And then he says to me, oh, I should only purely just get stronger or just train to look more healthy. Don't train to get six-pack. Don't train to look better. Don't train to improve your looks or whatever like that. Just be a loser and just train so you can tell other people that, oh, I'm training just to look more healthy. And it just keeps getting worse if I just do like tricep extension or all sorts of maximized hypertrophy, science-based lifting exercises out there on the internet. People are still judging me, and I just have to deal with it. Even though if you train like shit, you follow them and look like shit after 2 years, or you just ignore their opinions and get there with literally 1/4 of the time that I needed to get from this to this, then they will still judge you and you will still have to kind of deal about it. So how do you actually deal about it? The first thing I would advise you to do is keep this mindset in mind. If you know exactly what you want and the things that you need to do to achieve that goal, keep on doing it. Whether it's other people just overflood you with information that you should train like this, like that, even though you don't ask for it. But if you know they're bullshitting and you know exactly what you have to do to achieve that goal, then just do it. You have that luxury of having a clear goal in your mind and knowing what exactly you want. Maybe for you is to get stronger, maybe for you is to get specifically bigger bicep, or maybe it's to get the most aesthetic as you can to your genetics, your physique, whatever. If you know exactly what you want, I bet you know like at least step 1 to actually achieve that goal. Like people, even though they're not like the expert at fitness or something like that, if they know that if they want to get more muscle, they would have to lift weight, eat well, do something like that. Everyone knows exactly what they have to do. They just don't do it because 1, they're a lazy motherfucker, or 2, they just care too much about what other things. You know exactly what you have to do on literally anything. You want to get better at school, study more. You want to get bigger muscle, lift more. And now if you have that clear goal that, oh, I want to actually become super aesthetics. Now, number 1, you know that, oh, you have to study to learn more knowledge about building an aesthetic physique. And number 2, you need to lift the weight somehow to simulate muscle so that it shapes your body into the most aesthetic shape possible, which is the V-tape. So if you know your exact goal, in this case for me, is to build an aesthetic physique, not to get stronger, not to build the most amount of muscle possible, not to get bigger legs, then I have that clear goal, okay, aesthetic. And with that, I would know, if I had that clear goal in my mind, I would know exactly what I have to do. And every single opinions that doubts you or give you irrelevant information, they're all noises. Just be obsessed with your goals and follow what your mind, your brains tells you to do when you're obsessing over it. Alright, so that's the mindset. What are you gonna exactly do if someone's just gonna, yap, judge, and just not gonna stop until they, quote unquote, convinces you to join the dark side with them and train like pussy? And this might be a bit unconventional, but what I would do right then, like, let's imagine that uncle keeps saying that you shouldn't do this exercise, do bench press. Then what I would do is act like I'm a retard. Just like, oh, whatever he tells you to do, like, oh, you should do bench press. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the next exercise. Oh my god, my retard impression sucks. Oh, you shouldn't do this isolation exercise. Like, oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna do exactly that on the next workout. Just say like yes to everything that they say. Just get them over with. Just say that, oh, okay, you're right, bro. Oh, wow, nice information. Thank you so much for the information. Number one, you're in the student mindset with this kind of acting of being a retard. You're still intaking that information somehow. But now, the game controller is you. You get to decide if that information is BS or that information could help you. And decide if you want to take action towards this information. And number two, if you just have that mindset, oh, you're right. It's like that flame, that fire inside of you of wanting to convince you to join on their side, slowly subside down. And of course, everyone has their own life. They would finish talking about themselves after a bit of time. So if you just keep saying, oh, okay, you're right. Number one, you get to control the information you put in your head and take action towards. And number two, that would be done with whatever they're gonna say. Number three, no drama, 5 out of 5 star. So basically, with this process, you might look like an idiot outside, but you're actually controlling the games of information and taking action. Just pretend you're a retard. Whenever someone else tries to advise you something, say that they're right. Take that information with a grain of salt. Decide if you're gonna use that information or not, because you're the one in charge. You're the one gonna control now. And number three is keep asking questions. This is a very nice strategy that I use alongside with acting like I'm a R-word. With that, you also ask questions like, oh, you shouldn't do bench press. But you ask like, oh, why does you gotta do bench press? What does bench press do? And then they keep yapping about, oh, it hits the chest muscle. How does it hit the chest muscle? And they just answer. And now you have even more information that you could decide to yourself if you're gonna intake this information or not. And two, that information from purely, he's gonna say that, oh, do bench press because training for aesthetic is shallow. That is one thing you could look at the grain of salt and say, this person is speaking bullshit. But if you know why he thinks like that, maybe there are some goals hide behind that pile of shit that he just dropped from your face, and you could be like, oh, this bit of information is actually useful. Like, oh, doing bench press trains your chest because it moves like this and not like the pushing movement that doesn't stretch your pecs, that will not train chest. Why is that the case? You get, oh, okay, training for aesthetic is not shallow, but he gives me actual gold advice on how to train chest. You have to stretch your chest like this, and the bench press exercise is actually very good for that. So you keep asking questions. Number one, you know that flame, I say like that flame that people wants to like convert you onto the dark side. It will subside down way faster. You can save more time and save your social relationship. And number two, you get more information, more context, so that you could take the information that actually matters even more. And number three, it could drastically improve the relationship with that person. Maybe he's just like an old person. He has a different point of view on training, but he got a lot of knowledge that you could sponge and learn about. And with asking questions, you're basically putting the perception of you to him that, oh, this kid is a learner. He is willing to ask. And the next time, maybe I would give him a spot, give him more advice on like gym etiquette or stuff like that. So just keep asking him questions and becoming a quote-unquote retard. It may take your time a little bit and make you look like a fool in the gym, but at the end of the day, the person who's gonna judge you, they wouldn't even have energy to keep on judging you. And two, you kinda use them for more knowledge or information that you could maybe use and support your actual goals that you want to chase. And which for me is building an aesthetic physique. And that is how I turned judgment from others into valuable knowledge and maintain a good relationship with people like them. And just a disclaimer there, they're not bad for judging you. They're right about judging you until you prove them wrong. So it's normal human behavior when they don't understand the goal that you're trying to chase. But if you know that that goal is going to be good for you and you really want to chase it, just listen to your brain and your heart and keep on chasing that goal, whether if they're going to judge you or not. And if you're interested in with a community with young men who are all on the same goal as you, which is building an aesthetic physique, the top link in the description down below is my paid community. where young men with the goals of training to get an aesthetic physique like us have the space to socialize and share knowledge to each other without getting judged. We got courses, weekly accountability calls, a brotherhood, and much more awaiting for you on the top link description down below. So I will see you on the inside. And if you're interested in getting or learning about supplements that's gonna maximize an aesthetic physique, click here on this video because I think it's gonna help you out.